Hello and welcome back to the Lakeshore Video Podcast. My name is George Niksch, and today I am here with up-and-coming actor Mike A Nardi.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
Welcome. I'm excited to have you on the show. So Mike is a local actor in Valparaiso, and he actually just reached out to me. So this is kind of our first day meeting. So I just want to dive into like what got you into acting, and kind of like we're going to talk about what you're working on right now and what you're going to be working on in the future. So let's start off with like what got you into acting.
So I've been acting, like, I started out acting when I was like 6.
Mhm.
Like making home movies and all that with my grandma and all that stuff. So I've always been into it. And then when I got a little older, I was like, I want to pursue this, you know what I mean? But I didn't take it seriously, I just wanted to do it for fun. So in like 2018, I got my first talking role in Summer 7. And I was like, oh, that's cool. My life is great. My dreams have happened.
Mhm.
And just now, it's like, like I'm 33 and it's like, one movie's not enough.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's time to take it serious. I got like a hunger now and I'm like going for it. I'm putting it all in. I got upcoming stuff coming, The Last Match, The Lost Trail, and The Slab.
Oh, wow.
Some stuff coming up.
Wow. So that's 3 different movies that you're working on right now?
Yeah, 2 short and then a feature.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So you've really only done like maybe one full movie, and then
Yeah, Summer 67. Yeah, I played a soldier, and that was my very first movie. The rest I just did, homemade stuff. And I'm like, no one wants to see home
Oh, okay.
because I don't have the talent like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just an actor. I can't do all the editing and all that stuff. So, I looked up actually on Facebook. I was like, if I'm going to take this serious, I need to start connecting with people.
Yeah.
So I looked up who's looking for actors near me,
Mhm.
and a guy named Justin Lamar popped up.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, I'm an actor. I'm from Valparaiso, Indiana, And I'm glad I did because this dude's a genius. I mean, he's so talented. And I'm excited for people to see his work. I mean, he's really good.
Nice,
He's going
nice.
to be the one directing Fitchfield, too. He's directing The Lost Match and then, The Last Match and then The Lost Trail.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So he's directing all your movies.
Yes, besides The Slab. The Slab is going to be directed by Michael Farley. So
Oh, okay.
I seen a post about The Slab and I reached out to him and I was like, hey, can I audition? He goes, are you interested in playing a police officer role? And I'm like, oh yeah. So I don't know what I can say about it, what I cannot say about The Slab because, that's actually a feature. So I don't know
Oh,
how much I
okay.
could talk about that one, but I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, yeah. So that one is that like essentially what I kind of want to dig into is like where the money comes from to make these, because I personally, like, I've done audio for a couple movies that were like independent films, and those were like funded basically by the people who were like filming it. They were like wearing all the hats, like um they had a very small crew and they were all sort of like volunteer type stuff. I don't think I got paid for any of it. When I ran audio, but this was years ago. And after that, I kind of got into the video side of the, entertainment business, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And so I kind of have always just been one to do like marketing and events and things like that. So I don't really know anything about the movie side of things. Like I would love to learn more about like how to get into movies and how to just like where the money comes from. And so like who's sponsoring all these films?
So honestly, with the 2 short films, it's basically us going out there and just doing it for fun. No, everyone just doing it on their time.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchfield will actually basically have a fundraiser.
Oh,
So,
cool.
that'll be posted soon. I mean, that's gonna have to come from, fundraising and hopefully we can get some, we'll post a lot about that and like the perks it's gonna have. I know The Slab is also gonna have fundraising and some of his income, you know what I mean? So basically when it comes to independent film, it's basically fundraising and hopefully people can help you out with the project or getting a loan.
Oh,
Because when you're first starting out, you don't have money. You know what I mean? You're not like, sitting there going like, unless you're rich. But
yeah.
when it comes to me, I'm just gonna have to rely on fundraising and saving up on my own money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did do a first AC work on a film maybe a couple years back, and that one ended up on what was it? Tubi, I think that's where he put it, Tubi. And so I think that was entirely funded by Brad, but he might have done fundraisers for it. I'm not sure. I really don't even. I should have asked him where he got uh all the money for it because he that was a really good film with a big kind of a big crew. Probably like 20 people working on it. That was the biggest crew I ever did on a film. And I only did first AC for like maybe 3 days out of it. And that's where I'm just pulling focus. That's all I was doing, pulling focus.
And
Uh
it's cool too though because a lot of people will do stuff for credit.
yeah,
They're not even really worried about money. Like they want to do it so bad, they'll just do it for like IMDb credit. They'll do it just for credit. Like I'm actually, which is shocking. I'm having a lot of people reach out to me on Facebook, like, "Hey, can I make your movie posters? I
oh
just want
cool.
credit." I got this guy who reached out to me, and he's like, he gave me a demonstration for the Lost Trail, and I'm like, well, I'm just, this is not my film, but I can ask the director, and he's like, yeah, go for it if he wants credit. And he just showed me his work, and it's just amazing. And I'm just like, it's cool seeing all these people reaching out and connecting, and it's like it makes me feel comfortable when the pitch field comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, at least I know I got people who want to do it for credit. I don't have to really worry about how much are you going to charge. A
Yeah.
lot of people have to look that up, but it's like it's coming to me, so I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. Um, but yeah, like I'm happy about that. Like a lot of people just want to do it for credit.
Yeah, that's cool. And I know there is like an Indiana filmmakers group. Have you talked to any of those guys? It's it's like a group on Facebook, I know that, and then they have meetings in real life, sometimes, and, they have, like, a Northwest Indiana chapter of it or whatever, but I don't know, have you reached out to any of them at all? They might be a good connection for you because there's, a lot of people who are just in it for, like, the passion of it, you know what I mean? Just, like, they're hungry, wanna get out there and make things, and honestly, I find it very tough to find actors, especially for, like, commercials and stuff. I can't tell you how hard it is to find there are no actors, like, nobody really like, in the Northwest Indiana, like, nobody really wants to do that, and then, like, I find I end up trying to get friends to be, like, actors in my commercials, and they're they're not really into it, you know?
Well, you got me. I was like,
Yeah. No, for real, yeah,
yeah,
you can
anytime you need me, I'll
now
put it.
now I know one actor, so that's good, like,
Yeah,
I honestly
if you need a guy clean the toilet in the background, I'm there.
yeah.
No, um,
No.
no, I actually just joined that group.
Oh, you did?
Funny you
Cool.
said that. I saw them like, oh, cool. It's got a lot of connections. So I was actually planning on reaching out because they post a lot of, I need actors or I need this,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I need to go on there and like really start connecting with people. I did add a lot of people, and they added me back.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. I just joined. I think yesterday I joined.
Oh,
So it's
cool,
funny you
cool.
brought that up. I didn't
Yeah,
see that. I'm like, wow, there's more people out here than I thought. You
yeah.
know,
I've never really been to any of their meetings, but I went to, someone Carmen her name first name's Carmen, I can't remember her last name, but she made a documentary, um, called what was it? Teacher of Hope or something. I'm sorry if I messed up what it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head,
you
but
can edit it,
I
right?
well, I
And
could I'm not going to though, but I don't like to bother editing, but it was a cool documentary about, just, I think it was, like, about Down syndrome and just the different, trials and tribulations with that, and, she won a bunch of awards and stuff, and I went to her she aired it at, Valparaiso University, and that's where I met all the other, the kind of filmmakers. I can't Indiana Filmmakers Group
Yeah.
or whatever. But I haven't had a chance to get out and like go to any of their meetings or anything like that. But I see them posting all the time, and everybody's always looking for actors and always looking for different things, just like sort of volunteer work mostly. But it's cool that there's like a community here in Indiana where people are passionate about this stuff. And I know like Indiana is trying to get more into like giving out credits for if you film your movie here, you get tax credits, things like that. So they're trying to foster more of a like movie making environment. Like they're trying to get people to come out and film here. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to so the last match just got picked for screening in Chicago. and it's gonna be like an event for lakefront pictures.
Oh, cool.
Um, I'm looking forward to that because it's doing a red carpet and all that stuff, so it'll be like my first screening. But there's gonna be a lot of people there that I can connect with. It's gonna have like casting directors and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that because like it's like, bunch of actors getting together. So I'm
Yeah,
interested to
yeah.
see who I'm gonna meet and what kind of,
Yeah,
I know.
that's cool, man. I I've found that in this business, like, I know I'm not really in the filmmaking side of things, but any kind of part of the, like, entertainment business, networking is everything. It's all about who you know. And, like, my friend Mark Edward Willows, he's a Hollywood actor. I had him on the podcast a few episodes ago if you guys wanna check it out. Um, he was telling me, like, it's all about networking, it's all about who you know, the whole business, like, you gotta make sure you don't burn any bridges in this business. So, yeah, I think that, that's gonna be some good connections for you. Now Lakefront Pictures, I've heard of them, but do they do a lot of films and stuff?
Yeah, so there's an actress named Jennifer Goodman. If you go to like Amazon and check out like Conrad, it's a TV series. You should check it out. It's really good. She's I don't want to cuss like a bad, I don't know if I can cuss, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh
keep it family
yeah,
friendly.
okay. She's a bad butt, but yeah, she runs that thing, and so I've had her on social for a couple years, and I've been watching her stuff. She's really cool. She's very talented, and yeah, she does all that stuff in Chicago. She's like making her way, man, like Netflix and all that stuff. I mean, she's just winning
Shoot,
awards and all that.
she's a what does she do?
She's an actress, and she does like, she's like part of running Lakefront Pictures.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah, so she's up there, and I'm just like,
Nice,
I'm gonna be able to actually meet her in person July 31st,
nice.
and I'm excited to do that because I've seen her work, and I know she's the real deal. And like like you were talking about your friend that did like the soap operas.
Mhm.
My Steve Burton is like a big, like, I was always inspired by him. He was like, everyone has that actor you inspire to be. Steve Burton was that for me. You know what I mean? I've been watching him since I was like little because my mom watched all those soap operas and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So he I found out he was going to Nashville. And this is gonna sound so like I'm an insane person, But when I told my dad, I was like, he's gonna be in Nashville, he's like, yeah. I'm like, I want to go meet him. He goes, I'm not buying you a ticket. And I was just like, come on. He's like, fine, I'll drive you up there and maybe you could see him walking in.
Oh,
And I'm like, wow, like way to look like a creeper. But I was 19. I was like, I didn't care. I just wanted to, see Steve Burton. So I went out there and I'm like, oh, there he is. He was coming in the door. And I was like, this had to be God. You know what I mean? This old lady goes, hey, I have an extra ticket if if you want it. And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, like my friend didn't show up. So she gave me the ticket and I went in there, I got to actually communicate with Steve, Burton. And, just recently, like a couple years, he's been talking to me. He followed me on Instagram. And it's funny because like anytime he likes my pictures, like I'm like, "Ooh,"
yeah,
you
yeah.
it's
But
like he like little does he know he's liking my pictures. I'm just staring at like,
yeah, yeah.
and it's really cool because it's like just that alone. It's just like if it's like when someone's like that you're really inspired by is liking your stuff, it just shows you that, you're no different. You can
Yeah.
get there too. And I remember talking to him because he does, talk to me on Messenger and stuff. And I call him the goat, because he's like, you can be the goat too.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and it's just here and I'm like, you know what? Like just when he said that, it's just I got hungry. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it seriously. And so far, I mean, like literally I decided in 2025 to take it seriously and I got a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like, oh, if you're not in Hollywood, you're not, and it's like, if you're doing it and you pursuing it, that you are making it. You know what I mean? If you're doing something you love and you can get paid to do it, you don't gotta be on TMZ.
Yeah.
Steve Burton, he's in a soap opera. He's not like, in like a crazy amount of all over and he's just as successful, you know what I mean? And that's what I want. I want to be like on that level.
Yeah, and I mean, we have, like I said, Indiana has a nice community of it, of like the filmmaking business, and then we're right by Chicago, so Chicago is kind of becoming a big hub for filmmaking just because they have that they have like a big union now of actors, directors, uh, every little part that you play, like, you got your grips, your first ACs, your, DPs, your, there's a million different jobs in the filmmaking business, and so all of that kinda came about as, I think when they started doing those Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, all those shows like that, that's when they started, like, really growing the Chicago business, so, yeah, I think, like, you can make it pretty much from anywhere these days as long as you're dedicated and you just, like, you know, work with what you got for now until and once you build up those chops, people will take notice.
And like that red carpet event that I'm going to on the 31st, that's actually going to be at the where they film Chicago Fire and Chicago PD.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I see that, and it's like, I just want to stand there. I'm like, just look around, I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to be in the Chicago PD.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. You could play a cop on there. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, if I'm being noticed as a cop now, I'm like, hey, why don't you put me in the show?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what is that called? Cinespace or something like that?
I don't know.
I think that's what they call it. I don't know. I don't know enough about this stuff. I should have prepared more for this podcast, but, um
You-
tell me more about your director. What was his name for the
So his name's Justin Lamar.
just
Now, are you talking about the slab? Or are you talking? Yeah. Okay. So Justin Lamar, he's out of Bourbonnais. He just did his feature film called Secrete, and then now he's doing these 2 short films, and he's just as hungry. He's like me when it comes to this. Like he's like so passionate about it. This is all he's doing, and he just got a lot. He's got a lot of scripts too, like already written. Everything's ready. Yeah, so there's a lot coming, and it's like I'm excited. There's stuff that he doesn't even tell me though. He's keeping on like hidden under the boat. Like he just reached out. Like he just had a meeting with like an author, like a book writer to make this film, and I guess that's going good. But like I said, like I don't know too much about it, but I just know he's got big things coming, and I'm excited because he's like, oh, because he wants to obviously use me as well. So I just like I'm happy to be that for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he's got a lot coming, and just he's very talented, and I can't wait for people to see his work. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm happy I reached out to him and he got back to me because it's like, oh man, this is perfect.
Yeah,
He's like, you couldn't have reached out at a more better time because he's got a lot of stuff he's doing. And but yeah, I look forward to it. Like, because there's not a lot of stuff to show right now,
mhm.
and I think once the stuff releases, everyone's gonna be like, wow, this is good. That can actually start talking about
Yeah.
the talent and all.
Yeah, what kind of are you guys working with on these movies?
So he's got his own crew, which is good. He's got people that he's went to high school with, to grow up with. So he's like under Lamar Films, and he's got like a website and stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah, he does all that stuff. He's got his own film.
Like, I just mean, like, what size crew? I'm always interested, like, how big the crew, how many
Oh.
people are working on it?
So he's got like maybe like 3 or 4 guys.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he has them real
Eh,
close. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's-
what's that like working with a tight-knit crew? Like, do you really enjoy it?
I love it because they're so cool. I mean, the guy I act along, side with, his name's Michael Johnson. Me and him I feel like when we're on set, like we feed off each other.
Mhm.
So it's cool because like there's some things we could do like improv with each other. We just
Oh,
feed
yeah.
off each other and we get into character. And Tim, his buddy, he does the sound and all that stuff, and he's just a great guy too. And it's such a good energy on set, and that's what it's. At the end of the day, it's something you're doing for fun. It's your passion.
Yeah.
So you want to have fun. If I think when it comes, if you're on set and you're not having fun, you're stressed. It's no longer a passion. You're treating it like a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's important to actually work with people you get along with, and their crew was really cool. Like they opened arms to me and treating me like I was a team. Like right after we were done shooting, I mean, they treated me like I was part of the team. And
Yeah.
I love working with them. I'm excited to do all the upcoming stuff as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like I mean, I'm one who I prefer a small crew over like a big crew because it's like when you get the crews too big, it gets hard to get stuff done. Like it it almost slows you down because you have to everybody's got their own job and it's like I don't know, if it depends on the production, I guess, but I'm like because of what I do for a living, a videographer, I'm like the type of person who just wants to wear all the hats, and I don't wanna wait for somebody else to do something, so I'll just be like, I'll grab the lights, I'll do everything myself. Like, I've done dabbled a little bit in, like, filmmaking, but I almost never even, like,
If I was
post any
if I was as talented as you, I would do everything myself too.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I can't do. You have you're the real deal, man. You're talented. You could do anything, everything yourself.
Thanks.
Damn, if I ever tried to film and direct and all that, I mean, it would end up somewhere, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't be a good review.
Yeah, yeah. I see, I don't really post any. I've posted maybe one or two like sort of short, real short films, like 5 minutes or less. But I I'd have to dig them up at this point because I haven't done anything like that in like years at this point. Just because uh I almost went out of business during the pandemic, and I literally almost gave it up completely. I was this close to just selling all the gear and going to work at Amazon. I actually went and got a job at Amazon, and I had a broken toe, so it didn't. I couldn't really work. After 2 12-hour days, my foot swelled up. I couldn't even get in my shoe, and I was like, "Oh shit, this isn't gonna work." I gotta wait till my toe heals, and then luckily, I landed a gig live streaming an event for a law firm, and that's now my biggest client. I do all their marketing. So
And that kind of got your hunger back.
that
Like,
well,
I'm not gonna quit.
yeah, that's what got, I mean, the money flowing again. Because for me, it was like, well, I need money. Like I can't live without money, so I got to do so. I got to figure this out. Because like the pandemic, nobody wanted to do any kind of corporate work or marketing or anything really, because it was like almost bad PR for their business if like your corporate office is bringing in a videographer to film things. So they did everything on Zoom for a long time. But then live streaming got real big for a little bit there. And that's kind of what saved my business. That and like during the pandemic, I didn't stop like working on things. I basically worked on my lighting. And that's kind of why people hire me, is because I have really good lighting, honestly. Like these days, like it's my lighting, and then just my because of the live streaming side, I got into like doing multicam stuff. So I just do a bunch of multicam events. Like I do the TEDx stuff. We did that for 5 years. And then we did I don't know, bands and just any kind of, I do weddings, stuff like that. So
It's actually like I get what you mean. Like when it comes to money, is like finding get the Amazon and stuff. I'm glad that you found something you can get back to doing what you love. But that's why I appreciate my wife so much, man. It's like, she's taking the everything on her shoulders for me so I can pursue this. I'll still get out there and you ever hear a spark? Like you deliver groceries.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do. Like I do that on the side, but I went full time doing pursuing this. So she gives me little things to help cover.
Yeah.
But
That's amazing that you have that like support.
yeah, I mean I can't thank her enough. I mean I know it's gonna pay off. Like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sound cocky, but it's like I'm gonna make it happen,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be all worth. That's what I tell her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's your big house.
Yeah.
No, but I really appreciate her being
When you're the lead on Chicago AED, yeah.
like, hey, you be watching this broadcast, like, hey, we talked about it. Now he does. But yeah, no, I appreciate her, and I couldn't do this without her letting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to pursue your stuff when you got kids and all that,
Mhm.
and a lot
Oh, yeah.
people look down on you. Because you're like, oh, you're the man.
Mhm.
You're doing this. You should be taking care of your family. It's just not realistic, and that takes me off because like it is realistic. Like you just gotta make it happen. I mean, it's not gonna just land on your doorstep. You gotta pursue it. It's twice not realistic if you're not pursuing it. If you're
Yeah.
not going for it, it ain't gonna happen. But it really irritates me when like I hear that. It's like, well, you know what? You could say it's not realistic, but
Yeah. I
just
mean,
because you stopped because you failed once, like that's your, it's realistic. If you keep pushing, it's gonna happen.
yeah, if you put your all into anything, I think anything's kind of possible. And it's like if you don't go for it when you're older, you're gonna regret it. you know, you're
God
gonna
gives you
regret.
one life, man. You get one, that's it. One life. You got to do it. It's like, yeah, you could sit there and be like, oh, I got a nice retirement working at the railroad. I worked my life away. Or you could say, wow, I pursued my dream and I did what I loved. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
I see all these people doing jobs that they hate and they're miserable. Like, I got a lot of friends working at the steel mill and they tell me they hate their life.
yep,
They're like, I
yep,
want to do this. I'm like, then do it. They're like, oh, I can't because this is promised money. And I just
yeah,
like, well, I get that. I understand it's a scary thing, But I think, there's a lot of people I know that, you know, like, for example, Steve Burton,
Mhm.
like, he went for it and it happens, you know what I mean? And, I think if they really want it, they need to do it and stop letting you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Letting
yeah.
things get like,
I
fear get in
mean,
their way.
I I worked terrible jobs all through my 20s that I hated. Uh, I started in a call center and, well, that's not my first job, but it was my first, like, somewhat, like, more I don't know, like, more permanent style job that I thought of a real job. Because like, when I went to college at Ball State, and when I got out of college, I went for telecommunications, and, it was like, I took some video classes, but I was actually more focused on audio, and I got out of college and there's no jobs. Like, I graduated in 2012. The economy was still depressed from 2008, and I couldn't find a job to save my life. I couldn't even find a job like doing like anything. So I was just like grasping at straws, trying to get whatever I could. I went back working at J.C. Penney for $7 an hour or whatever it was. It was, well, I think it was like 6.25. It was like minimum wage at the time. And then I couldn't stand that because that's what I worked in high school, and I hated it. That was why I went to college, to get away from this job, and so I went, I quit that job, and I went and worked at a model airplane factory for a while.
I used to I was like, "Oh, you were a model?
No, no, no.
Look at you."
Yeah, model airplane factory, like, it was in Hobart, just, like, I would feed piece of wood into a belt sander for 12 hours a day, and it was, like, miserable. I hated it. I worked at, um, another factory job out in Milford doing, they made these chicken feeders with plastic injection molding, and it's like those kinda jobs, like, it's just so mind numbing. I couldn't stay at that stuff. So
Nope.
I ended up getting a job in a call center. Um, oh, I forgot. I did sort of work at PBS for a while in between that. That was my big break. I went down to PBS in Indianapolis, worked there for a year, and that's how I got into video. That's what like really inspired my passion for video because I didn't even know like I loved it that much until I was down there. Um, I also ran audio at a place for a little while, but that was sort of like on and off, like maybe a couple times a month. But uh, as I was as I was working at PBS, like that was sort of I wasn't getting paid for like it was like an internship basically. Um, so I was like working for free 40 hours a week and then also working at Amazon for 40 hours a week. So I was doing 80 hours a week and I had like 3 hours of driving every day because Amazon factory is 45 minutes away. So that I literally would sleep like 3 hours a night and like just do it all over again. That was wild, wild times.
Actually glad you're doing this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
It's all part of your story.
Amazon kept laying me off every 3 months. They lay you off, and I then you'd have to wait till the next round of them bringing people in because they didn't want to pay benefits.
Is that because it was seasonal? Is that how it worked?
Basically, yeah, they didn't want to pay benefits. So after once you hit 90 days, they lay off everybody. Like they'd have like this meeting like January like 1st, basically, because you'd have like your October through December, like that's their big selling months where they need more hire. They'd hire 10,000 workers for 3 months, and then all of a sudden, bell rings. They're like, "All right, guys, it's over. Time to go home. Bye." Like you're all laid off, and so like I ran out of money down there. Like eventually, PBS started paying me, but they cut back my hours because they don't want to like they don't have that kind of budget to like be paid like that. PBS in particular, WFYI, was really good about hiring freelancers. Like that was super cool to like be able to work there and like cut my teeth in like video and stuff and like figure out what freelancing is all about. And all the guys like helped me like figure out invoicing and taxes and things like that. So it was awesome being there, but I didn't have any of my own equipment, so it was like kind of hard to get a business going. So um I mean, my first weddings that I filmed, I was borrowing cameras from PBS or my buddies to go film it. Like, that it's wild to think about now that, like, I literally was borrowing cameras to film things, like, paid gigs,
Yeah.
like, and they just, like, would let me borrow it, and that's kinda how I got started, but,
I'm
um
glad you did though, man.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's a great setup. You got a lot of good setups actually.
thanks. But, yeah, I ended up working at a call center in Chicago after I went broke in Indianapolis, and I worked in IT. That actually was kinda fun. I coulda seen myself keep going in IT, but I didn't have any certifications, so when the company, like, had a downturn, I was the first one to get laid off. So then I went into marketing, Starcom, and that was n I was only there really to try and get in at Leo Burnett, and I ran into the head of production at Leo Burnett. I ran into him in the elevator because all of the Publicis Media, it's like a French company. They have like they're like one of the biggest media companies in the world. Like one in every $3 spent on advertising went to that company at the time. I don't know what it is now, but um, they moved all their marketing companies into the Leo Burnett building. So you had like Digitas, Starcom, Leo Burnett, whatever, like there's like 6 companies in one building, and Leo Burnett does the commercials for McDonald's and
Oh, really?
like, all the big Chicago companies. Um, so I had my elevator pitch ready. I had my reel on my phone, and I knew I would run into this guy one day. And I ran into him on the elevator. I showed him my reel, and he's like, "Oh wow, you do good work. We're hiring like a junior whatever position in the production department." I was like, "I know," because I want that.
I
I
like
applied.
her.
I applied, and he's like, "Oh, really cool. You want to see the studio?" I was like, "Yeah." And so he showed me around the studio and stuff, and like we talked, and he's like, yeah, man, like he let me meet everybody, and he's like, yeah, man, I'll talk to the hiring manager tomorrow, and we'll get you in here because like you seem like a great candidate, and it's cool that you're already working for the same company essentially, so it'd be like an easy transition, and I had also done like one or two marketing videos for Starcom, so like that helped too. But anyways, the next day, he left the company to go work for Ford. No 2 weeks, no notice, no nothing. So like, Leo Burnett is a big company, and their head of production just up and left. So they're basically screwed right now, or at that point, I meant, like, this was years ago. But, because of that, they were like, "Oh, that's the guy you know? Yeah, no, you're not getting in here."
Mhm.
So it just, like, he was just blowing smoke, and it just, like, it discouraged me so much that I was like, "Okay, my time here is done." We wrapped up the Lego account. I was doing billing for Lego's online
I can only
advertising.
imagine how excited you were too.
Dude, I was so excited.
Like, things are picking up.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like,
oh,
"Dude, my dream's gonna come true. I'm gonna work at a big production company. Like, this is amazing." No, not gonna happen. I was like, "Dude, I'm just spinning my wheels here. What am I doing? This is crazy." So I was like, I had been doing a lot of like, weddings and marketing videos on the side for years, building up my, just buying cameras and just building up my gear and stuff. Um, and like, I would basically just work 24/7. Like, I'd do my job, but I lived in Crown Point while working in Chicago, so I would ride the train. So it's like an hour each way on the train. So I would basically I'd drive to East Chicago, get on the train. I would sit there editing on the way to work, and then I'd edit on my lunch breaks, and I'd edit on the way home. I'd get home and I edit, and then on the weekends I'd be filming, and so it was like just nonstop work, 24/7. And I was like, I really got burnt out, and I thought that was my big break. Like finally, I can stop working like 80 hours a week. I can like maybe make some real money. No. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to go into business for myself. This is silly. Like, I'm never going to make it. I was 29 when I quit my job, and luckily I was still living with my parents. So I didn't really have like many bills, like just basic stuff. Um, so I was able to like do it without a huge amount of worry. Um, but
but
yeah,
now look at you.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
your own business. You're paying your bills. You're
Yeah,
doing
I
like
bought a house last year, so
exactly. You bought a house. I mean,
yeah. So
That's
you
that story right there, man.
and like if I had stayed at those jobs, all this is kind of to say, like, if I had stayed at those jobs, I'd still be miserable and I'd still be broke because those jobs didn't pay anything. Like they paid like $30,000 a year. It's like you can't really live on your own on $30,000 a
Yeah.
year, especially not in this day and age. Like after the pandemic, prices of everything just went so sky high. So it's yeah.
I'm glad you told that story. That was inspiration.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
that's I mean,
Yeah, so sometimes all that was just to kinda inspire you, like, sometimes you do gotta jump off and, like, you know, it'll work out if you really put your soul into it and, like, work nonstop. Like, even to this day, like, I still work quite a bit. I wouldn't say I probably don't do 80 hours a week anymore. It's hard for me to quantify what's work and what's play. Like this, am I working right now? I don't know, kind of. It's like I'm doing marketing for my business sort of at the
you're
same
helping me promote
I'm
my
help
stuff,
yeah.
and yeah, it's
So, I don't know if this qualifies as work or not, but I do this all the time where I just, like, set things up and, I set up all the gear just to, like, play with it, and I do consider it work because I have to test this stuff. So like what we're doing right now, this is automatically switching between different cameras based on like when the decibels reach above negative 25 decibels on whatever microphone, it switches to that camera. So that's something that like I wanted to test with like a low stakes thing like my own podcast. This doesn't matter. I'm not to say that this doesn't matter at all, but you're not paying me to be on here. So it's like
no, exactly.
it if a client's paying me, I need to know it's gonna work. So that's why like I do so much testing of my gear at home by myself before I ever go on set. So, like, and on a paid gig. So, like, if it's something that I've never done before, I will do like a full day of testing just to make sure it's gonna work when I need it to work. So,
I mean, just for you to sit down and talk with me on your own time, that's I really appreciate that. I mean, like, because this is your business, you know what I mean? And just for you to sit here and do it just out of the kindness of your heart,
yeah.
you
Well,
know,
it's not just like the kindness of my heart. Like this does help promote me. It gets me my name out there, and I'm an introvert at heart. Like I'm really like not a person who likes to network. And this is something that I did so bad about networking early in my career because I have like just so much social anxiety that like it definitely hindered me early in my career, like not letting me grow and just like if I had been like how I am now where I'm like way more open to talking to people even if it's uncomfortable for me. And even being on a podcast, I don't want to be on camera. I really don't like being on camera, but I know I have to put myself out there because that's just the way our our world works now. That's the way the internet works. Like that's marketing. So it's like once I got over my fear of like being on camera, fear of talking to people, fear of like going to networking events, stuff like that. Like I went to a um wedding vendor event couple days ago, or was that what day is today? Thursday.
Tuesday,
Two
yeah.
so I think 2 days ago I went to it. I see it. I lose track of days too because I work weekends like usually like weddings and stuff. So it's like I just every day is a work.
I only know the day because I was excited to sit down with you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like it's like every day is a work day, so it's like, but what I like now is that, because I've expanded my network enough, because I've talked to enough people and enough people, like, know about me now, um, I can work a little less. Like, even if I work every day, it's not always 8 hours a day or 10, 12 hours a day. Some days it's still 16 hours or something, but a lot of days it's like I'll work, maybe 6 hours, take the half day off or whatever, and I can, go to the beach with my dog or something or, like I don't have to work 24/7 now, which is super nice because for literally 10 years, like I just worked all day, every day, and it was a lot, but and I feel like, probably in acting, that's almost what you gotta do at the beginning is just like network like crazy. That's probably more important than like anything is networking.
And it's funny you said because you don't like being on camera. Like, believe it or not, I know acting's like my passion. I'm the same way. Like, I don't like watching myself. if that makes sense. I like doing it, but it's like, okay, well, if you want to be an actor, you have to be on camera. You can't just be like unless you're a voice actor. But what I do is like, I just don't watch it, or like I'll stop critiquing myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm like, whatever, just let people comment and go by people's reviews, not yours, because you're your worst enemy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I look fat. I
Yeah.
didn't do a good job. I look ugly. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what's up with my hair? You know what I mean? Like, why'd I sit like that? That's why I can't. I just go by people's oh, good job and all that stuff because I can't do that either.
Yeah.
Same way as you. Like, I don't sit there and be like, oh, I want to be on camera. It's just something I have to do because I want to make movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I bet at the end of the day, when you watch that movie back, you're like, "Man, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
But
I'm a cool guy."
as long as yeah, it's cool if they get good angles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, that's a cool angle. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's if it goes down and your guts like came out, and they're like, oh man, that wasn't diet time.
Yeah, yeah.
That was AI. That stomach's fit.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
gave you a little bit.
Oh, maybe we should talk about that. Are you worried about AI at all?
Taking over the world.
Are you worried about it
Honestly,
taking
yeah.
over acting jobs?
I was talking about that the other day. I was like, what happens if AI takes over and it's like, you don't need actors no more. You just make AI movies.
Mhm.
Honestly, with the AI going on right now, like you see these clips going on Facebook, or they're just making funny clips of AI, and it's like pretty soon, what happens if the AI movie comes out? Like, who needs actors now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was thinking about that.
Yeah, it's a scary subject to talk about because, like, I know right now Hollywood is basically like they're all scrambling trying to figure out what's going on with AI because I think a bunch of people got laid off recently. Like not just not just the actors are worried. I think the actors are probably less worried than people like me or sound people, camera people, stuff like that. Visual effects people, like there's so many jobs. Like I am terrified of AI personally, for my business, because like I'm in marketing, so I can see. I think small businesses will be the first to adopt it. Where we're gonna see maybe by this time next year, you'll have an app on your phone that like you tell it a little bit about your business. You upload like a couple pictures that you take on your phone, like of your business or of you, or well, just give it information, and then all of a sudden it spits out 10 marketing videos, or not even 10 market. I think it'll be to the point where you connect this AI app to all of your social medias, and it just runs everything. So you don't even have to touch it. You don't even have to think about it. It's like all of your marketing is just done by AI. No, like basically cameras are obsolete at that point. You don't like your phone has a camera. That's all you'll really need. Everything else will be created by AI. So that's where I see it going, and that's terrifying for me. But in the acting world, like I don't know, I feel like
As long as they make the AI guy look like me, I'm good.
yeah,
Just have my face.
yeah,
Man,
maybe you can just get paid for using your likeness.
yeah, exactly. Like your look. Like
Yeah.
you don't gotta do nothing. You just go watch the movie. Like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do flips.
So, I mean, I think like people will still kind of want to gravitate towards like authentic things. So that could be like the saving grace on it. Like I know YouTube just announced they're no longer going to pay people for those silly AI videos where it's like entirely just an AI voice and a bunch of AI pictures talking about things like my dog's tail's wagging while he's sleeping. But uh
He was watching us earlier. He
it was
he was invested. I was just like, I was trying not to laugh because he was like invested in it.
but yeah, his little tail's wagging. So uh, YouTube's no longer paying people for AI videos, which is awesome. I think that's great for the industry in general. And like I almost feel like I don't know, the the way that I kind of I think that AI is there's almost no way to stop it. And the way I kind of see it heading is people will have YouTube channels and you'll like almost follow like one person's channel rather than like just like going and seeing movies in the theater and stuff, how it's always been done traditionally. Like it'll get niched down to where like you might follow a director and you just love that director's work, and like you just follow their channel on YouTube, and they can pump out work super fast because they can use AI to create scenes and stuff. But I think like I'm hoping that people still want that authentic, like an actual person in the videos, you know? So like an actual actor, like they could follow you as an actor, and like you can like sort of um put out like maybe AI will help you put out more of your own work because
It
like
makes stuff look more believable.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, the way I feel about it, like, I couldn't really sit down and watch an AI movie because when I watch movies, I look at it different. I'm like, I like looking at the people's, like, talent.
Mhm.
Like, I'll sit there and go, "Oh, wow, he performed that crying scene awesome," or that, "Wow, that director really did a good, idea on that," or I like seeing people, like, doing their talent. So, I wouldn't really be impressed watching AI because it's just a computer, like, obviously, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
So, I like that where you can watch people in movies because you get to see their talent and you get to see, like, just, like, them do their work, you know what I mean? Like, it gives you, like, I just feel like AI can't do that for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a couple movies would be cool, but I feel people would get bored.
Yeah, I can see AI being, like, useful for marketing because nobody really cares about marketing videos anyways, but, yeah, it's like, I don't know, in the movie sphere, it's like I don't think AI is quite there yet as far as, like, being able to completely create a movie that's, like, where the characters look consistent scene to scene and stuff. Because it always, like, changes things a little bit, and so it's like the attention to detail isn't quite there yet, but, yeah, I do think it's an interesting tool for, like, at least giving low budget films the ability to look high budget, you know?
Yeah, my wife hates, like, watch like, because of that how I think. She gets so annoyed with me, like, "Oh, I wonder how many times it took them to shoot that." Or like, "Oh, that was a great performance." Like, she's like, "I'm trying to get into this, you keep bringing it to the acting world." I'm like, "I can't. I'm trying to enjoy the movie."
Yeah,
And I'm just like, "Oh, look at this scene. Yeah, see how they, she
yeah.
can't stand that. But I can't help it. I can't shut it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I look
Dude,
at it
I
different.
I feel you on that because, like, my mom loves watching all those cop shows, and, I will at the beginning of the show, I'll be like, "Oh, that guy did it." And she's like, "What? How do you know?" And I'm like, "Because they did foreshadowing." Like, that's just because I took like I said, I took filmmaking classes in college, and, like, I had to write scripts and stuff like that, and I'm like, "Yeah, you do foreshadowing, like, right at the beginning," and, like, I don't know, I can just tell just by watching, I'm like, "Yeah, that's who did it," because that's just good writing to do it that way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I know what you mean. It's like people who don't aren't, like, in it, they don't think the same way as somebody who's, like, working in it, you know?
Yeah, because you get a different look, you know what I mean? And I hate that 90% of the time I can predict endings of movies, you know what I mean? Like, I know what's gonna happen, and I hate it, everyone's like, "Well, how would you?" It's like because if you think about it, it's just like, if you're looking at it as, like, a writer or something or a movie maker, it's like, come on, it would be make sense if you made that the person the killer,
Yeah,
and, you know
unless you're M. Night Shyamalan, then you gotta do the twist.
yeah, Pitchfield has a good twist.
Oh,
You'll
does it?
like that.
Nice.
I'm gonna send you the script if
Okay.
you wanna read it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
How long is your, movies gonna be, like
So, Pitchfield, I think it's gonna be because it's gonna be a short film. I'm actually wanting to make Pitchfield because I'm trying to enter it in the Chicago Horror Film Festival
oh, cool.
because, like, I saw, like, Chicago Horror and I'm like, I wanna do that, So I'm actually making it just for that, so I
Nice.
can enter it and all that stuff, and, so I'm hoping it's at least because it's a short film, so I'm trying to make it at least maybe 20 to 30 minutes, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Cool.
Because doing a feature, it takes a lot more,
Yeah.
and features, you do have to really have a budget, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, when I was looking at the short film Perpetual, I mean, I literally could do this with just $2,000.
Mhm.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
cool.
So, I mean, like, that's like my budget, and that's what I'm saving up for 2 grand, and I can make that happen. But like with a feature film, I mean, you're looking at 25 to 30,000 just
Yeah.
because people charge, like, which I don't blame them. That's their career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's gonna sit there like, oh, I'll do it free if
Mhm.
you're wanting to hire professional people to do your stuff. So I mean,
Did you write Pitchfield?
yes, I wrote it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you write all of your films that you're doing?
No, Pitchfield would be my first film.
Oh, okay, cool.
The very first script I ever wrote.
Nice.
Um,
What was that process like?
so I told I told Justin Lamar my idea of it. And I'm like, because he writes scripts and he's really good at it. I've never wrote a script. And he's like so busy with he's like, why don't you try to write it? Because he's so busy with other. So I just sat down and I wrote it, it's just like when I started writing, it just stuff came to me. I
Mm.
don't know if it makes sense, but it's like it just like I was just like feeling it. You know what I mean? Like just keep going. And then I sent it to him, and he loved it. And he's like, well, I can make it look like a professional script. So he fixed it up for me as a professional script, because I don't know how to script.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know how to
Yeah, yeah.
script. I just wrote it, and he turned it into a script for me.
Nice.
So yeah, so he helped with that a lot. I'm glad that he wanted. He loved. He's like, I'll definitely help out with this project. So I'm glad.
Yeah.
I think Pitchfield's gonna be really good. I think you're gonna love it. I'm gonna send you the script.
When you were writing it, did you write this? So this is like where I struggle with writing scripts and stuff. Do you write the dialogue that everyone's gonna say, or do you just like write the general ideas down, or like how does that work? Like do you narrow it down to like this character enters the room, this character says this character? Do you say it like all of it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I wrote it. I did like because Ethan, Carter are gonna be like the main characters. So when I was writing the script, I said Carter, and then his whatever his line is, then Ethan, whatever his line is, then Carter. That's
No,
how I do
yeah.
it. And just I try to give every vision of mine into the script. And
Yeah.
you can like while you're reading it, you can visualize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And so you guys have started filming on that, right?
No, we're gonna film.
Oh, you have.
We're gonna film in September.
Oh, in September. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
September. Yeah.
So when it comes to, I want to ask this from like the actor's perspective. When it comes to you've got the script, do you deliver the lines exactly how they are, or do you ever like say this feels funny? Like, can I say it this way? Like, ask the
Yeah,
director.
honestly, yeah. With what I've noticed working with Justin, he's very open to improving.
Oh, cool.
So like we've actually for the Lost Trail, we've had he sent us a script and it was actually lines on that one, and it turned into just improving.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he just because like I said, when some people like I've known that they want you to stick word from word to the script, and they're strict on that. Like obviously like I was on set with like Summer 67. I did fences. I was an extra for fences. They were like really strict on the sets like that, and they want you word for word. But
Yeah.
Lamar, he's more he's fine with improving. So if you go a little bit out of and me too. Like with Pitchfield, if someone like improv something and it's good, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I've known like I watched a lot of I miss about DVDs that you can watch behind the scenes and like bloopers and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You can't get that no more. You know what I mean? I
Right.
used to watch those, and a lot of famous quotes that actors do were 90% improv.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't even lines. They
Yeah.
improved it. So I think improv is awesome.
That's kind of like been my experience. Like anytime you try to stick to the script exactly, it can feel weird because like it makes sense while you're writing it, but then once you get on set, it's like the personality and just the way they deliver it. It's like sometimes you got to change it up and like make it feel right because I feel like if you stick to the script too hard, it's going to feel scripted. It's going to feel like not authentic. It's gonna take you out of the movie because it's like, that's a weird line, like, that's just, like, the way, like, anything that I've ever filmed where we were trying to stick to a script, even, like, marketing stuff, sometimes I'm just like, "This feels weird," and then the actor will be like, "Let me just do it this way." I'm like, "Yeah, do it."
So there's one thing. The only reason I love improv, but there's one thing that makes it hard. I don't know about you, but I have bad memory.
Oh, yeah.
And if you improv something, you have to make sure you remember how you said it word from word, because when the director's shooting a different angle of the other actor and your voice is supposed to be in the background, you got to say exactly what you said in your scene.
Right.
So you have to remember what you said. When you're improving, I mean, when you're just going with it, you're not really focusing on what you're saying. You're just staying in character. And I learned that actually 2 days ago on set on The Lost Trail.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were improving, and he's like, "Okay, make sure you guys remember." And I'm just like in the background trying to go word for word. So I had to actually listen to.
Yeah, you gotta go
I had to go
watch
listen
it.
to the recording of my phone. Maybe I'm like, okay, improv does make it a little harder, but I do like improving. It's just that's the only thing that sucks if you don't follow a
Yeah.
script, because you have to make sure
Be
you remember
consistent.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're going all out and you're improving, that's really good. you're gonna have to say it word for word. And if you don't remember what you said, and you're like, oh,
Yeah. And that's where your editor comes in. You gotta have a good editor that can, like, piece
yeah.
it together even if you go off script and stuff. Yeah. I can
Well,
see that.
Justin's a great editor, so we'll see what he does with our little shenanigans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Without saying the S word, with our little crap show. You know, we did the day before. So our little improv. So hopefully
Yeah,
he was able to fix all the stuff if we didn't remember the other
yeah.
shots. You know what I mean?
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I can see that, like, it could probably get very confusing if you go too far off script, but sometimes just the way the line is delivered, if you just tweak it a little, it's like I feel like that could be beneficial, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm like
What's the hardest part about acting for you?
remembering the lines. That honestly is the hardest part, especially if it's like I told you, like if someone's really strict on lines and you go word for word, remembering lines. Like I suck at memory. I'm horrible at it. I mean, and that's what my wife, like, that's another thing my wife hates about it. Just she'll tell me one thing and I'll totally forget, you know what I mean? But like memory lines is the hardest for me. Like I'm really, if I got time to study it, I'll be fine. But if it's like a mono, like, okay, do this, like on the spot, no, it's gets
Ye
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like, I've had a couple auditions in Chicago where like, okay, just, yeah, 15 minutes to prepare this, monologue they gave me and then perform it in front of the director. I'm just like, studying, like, I got a couple minutes to do that, and then I mean, I've done like, they're like, "Okay, yeah, but you missed a couple lines," and I'm just like, "I screwed that up." And
Yeah.
you did good, you missed a couple, and I'm just like, "Ah," and I must not have did too good, I didn't get the part.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I would say, like, definitely those I'm not good at, like, especially for auditions.
Mhm.
Is like, some people let you prepare your own monologue, and I'm good with that. Like, there's a couple, like, I've done my own monologue, like, Summer '67, I was able to audition, and I'm good with that because I can just, stay in character. But if I'm like having to remember lines on the spot, then it comes to like it gets the way of my performance because instead of acting, I'm trying to remember lines,
Yeah,
and that's what I struggle with more. Obviously, I hope to get better at that.
I can see that. Yeah, I don't have the greatest memory, I'll be honest. I can, I'd probably be in the same boat if I was trying to act, but for me, honestly, when I'm on set, doing what I do, it's muscle memory at that point because I just do this I practice this stuff, and I've been doing it long enough now, like, um I'm 36 now, so I've been in business full time for myself for 7 years, and, a lot of what I do is very much, like, the same every time, so it it's like I have principles that I live by that, like, everything's different, like, I always have to adapt to whatever environment, like, I show up to because I don't film in a studio. Generally, I film, like, every single thing I film is in a different room, a different thing, but I have, like, these fundamentals that I stick to with lighting and with camera angles, and so that's kinda muscle memory, and then events are definitely muscle memory, like, weddings, like, I don't really have to think about it, like, that's why, like, people I don't know, this is probably bad maybe to even say it like this, but, like, when it comes to weddings, like, some photographers and stuff, they have, like, this whole they wanna know the backstory and all the whole, like, everything about the couple and stuff, and I'm just like, "I need the names, date, location, timeline." That's it, and I know what I'm filming because every wedding's the same, basically.
And you could just do it. You don't have to worry
Yeah,
about anything.
but for you, I'm sure it's like every day is different. Every day is like something new and something like it's gotta be a lot of information going in and out all the time,
It really is. It's every day is different.
but you love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's addicting at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day's adrenaline. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
give me that adrenaline rush.
What is your absolute favorite part about acting?
I would say my favorite part about acting is obviously connecting with people and being able to not be myself. You know what I mean? I like portraying someone different. You know what I mean? Uh, like I'm a nice person. Like I love everybody. I get along with everybody. So I want to play a bad guy. I want to play someone mean. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it's not at all who I am. So I just love pretending. I love stepping into a fake world, and you know, and
Do
I love being able to create entertainment for people. That's my passion, is being able to like when I see, like when I go to theaters and stuff and I see people's reaction to watching movies, it just gives me chills, because like I hope one day I'm able to get like an audience to have a react to like my films. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's what I would have to say. What my favorite thing is about.
How how do you prepare for a role? Like, how do you prepare mentally and just, like, what goes through your mind when you get a new role and you're like, "I gotta become this character?"
So what I do is I like to look in the mirror, and I like to find that character, and start like practicing how I'm gonna make that character come to life. Um, like pretty much like what would I do in that situation? You know what I mean? Like if say there was a scene where uh I was supposed to be like found out like my daughter or someone was in the hospital or something like that. Like what would you do? You know what I mean? Like so I would like to like based off of like every reaction I would have in real life, I would put in that character. So I mean, I pretty much prepare myself in that way. Like, what would a normal person do in that situation? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and then just find out who I want that character to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have, like, different characters in the back of your mind that you wanna play at some point?
Um, definitely, definitely a villain.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
a criminal.
Yep.
I'd love to play.
I guess, like, yeah, like, styles like that, so you really like being villain.
Yeah, I want to play
That's your
someone like
style.
bad. I want to
Yeah.
play someone.
So you're on both sides of the aisle. You play cops, you play villains.
Yeah. Oh, the cops. I don't even. That's not even my passion. I mean, the roles just keep coming as, oh, you want to play a cop? I'm like, whatever. I'll do what I can for now. But hopefully, someone's like, hey, I want you to play a bank robber or something, like someone
You could
like,
be a dirty cop.
yeah, a dirty cop or something like that. Um, Another thing, uh, like I said, is Steve Burton. He plays Jason Morgan. He played like a bad, you know, about it,
Mhm.
and it's like, that's that kind of role I want, like to play the tough guy, like the bad guy,
Yeah.
and well, I want to play a nice guy. I am a nice guy. I want to play someone I'm not. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So if I,
You don't wanna be like The Rock where he just plays himself and everything.
yeah, exactly. And then just work out all the time.
Yeah. That I saw a thing recently about The Rock. He's got a new movie coming out, where he plays, I think, a wrestler, but they're like, this is the first time where he's not playing himself in every movie. Like, because people criticize him that he doesn't have any range because he pretty much just plays the same character in every movie, which is himself. But this one's supposed to be, I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be a really good performance by him. What's your sort of favorite genres of movies?
I love action, drama. Um, like that's kind of like really what I want to be in, a lot, like action and drama. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, I love horror films, but I don't think I would be able to portray someone scared all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what if you were the villain?
the villain, that'd be awesome. Like, if I could be like the next Michael Myers, that'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a villain, I would love to do that. Like, like the killer of the movie.
Yeah.
But I would love to do drama though. Like, drama and even comedy. I would do comedy as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah, I
Cool.
love comedy. I kind of feel like the last match is kind of comedy. It's funny. It's a little short, but it's about a guy like sitting on a bench, like he's just trying to get a little cigarette break in, and nothing's going right for him. He's had a stressed day. His match is not working. Like he can't get the cigarette lit, and then this awkward, weird jogger comes along, sits next to him, and then it makes it very awkward and uncomfortable. And I'll send it to you when it's able to be released.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I
You
would
got to
say
see it too.
I would say it's a little bit of a comedy.
Nice.
So I would love to do something like that, but especially making people laugh. That's something I would want to do.
Yeah, maybe I should ask. I didn't even really dive deep into any of your movies. Like, what's the genre of each of your movies that you're working on?
Okay, so so that was the last marriage comedy. The Lost Trail would be horror,
Nice.
and then Pitchfield's gonna be horror, and which I'm playing can't say too much. I don't give it away.
Yeah.
I don't want to give. And then the Slab is horror.
Oh, okay. So
So,
you were
but
doing a lot of horror.
exactly. So, and it's not purposely, but it's like,
It's kind of that time of year though. Going
yeah.
into the fall, you got to do horror stuff.
And it's like, I'm not gonna complain, you know. It's like obviously I would love drama or action, but with my passion, I'll do whatever. It's like if someone wants me a character in a horror, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna turn down a role just because it's not a drama, you know. Like I'm gonna do whatever, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, basically right now horror stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a Hallmark Christmas movie in a future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy horror. I love horror movies, especially like my favorite like I have like a kind of a weird well, maybe it's not weird, maybe I don't know. When it comes to movies, my taste is essentially horror and tech noir. So, like Blade Runner, that's my favorite movie of all time. I just love it because it's basically like futuristic, like I love that 80s futuristic portrayals where it's like Terminator or just like any kind of like movies that were shot back in the 80s. I love those because of the practical effects in them. So Alien, like any of those like movies where it's like because like well, let's talk about Alien in particular. That's basically like a haunted house movie in space. You know what I mean? So it's like it's horror, but it's also like the tech noir sort of thing because it's like futuristic meets horror, which is like that genre in particular. I just love that. Like that sort of like keeps you on the edge of your seat, but also it keeps you intrigued because you can do such cool things with the lighting. That's really for me, like I love lighting. Like I mean, you can see I got all kinds of
I
weird,
love that.
crazy lights here.
Love the blue.
But like I really get super into just does just movies that have cool lighting. I loved Tron, like just because of the lighting. Um, but like horror movies back in the 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s are just like the best movies ever made because of the practical effects that they used to do. And I feel like nowadays everything's just computer generated and just it just doesn't do it for me. Like I like a low budget movie like Evil Dead, for instance. That was filmed in a little cabin in the woods on like a shoestring budget. Sam Raimi, and he's now like a huge, huge director. He did like Spider-Man and stuff.
Did you know Halloween was just an independent film?
Really?
Yeah, and look at that. That's a big franchise too. It's
Yeah.
that's why I love the independent world. I mean, it's like you don't know what's gonna pick up, you know.
Yeah.
And are you a fan of Chucky, like Child's Play, the original?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got, you know, so I collect the good guy dolls.
Oh,
So
really?
I got the original good guy doll
Oh, wow.
in my room.
That's
My
awesome.
wife used to hate it. I
Yeah.
was like, whatever, just now she's dealing with it, but I want more of them. Like I see a lot of they're expensive though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I seen some there's this one like artist that makes them. It's like the Child's Play 2 version. Dude, they want like 3 grand for those. So it's a very expensive hobby, but I like to collect all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I was always as a kid scared of those movies. Honestly, um, I one movie that I had never seen it as a kid, um, and I saw it as an adult, probably in my 20s. My buddy Art showed it to me. The Thing. Have you ever seen that movie?
It sounds
It's
familiar.
with Kurt Russell. It's it's an amazing movie. You got to check it out if you like horror because it's another one of those things where it's like sort of like a haunted house type movie like Alien is like I said, Alien is haunted house in space. Well, the Thing is haunted house in Antarctica. So it's along the same lines where it's like this alien that like is um slowly killing everybody on the crew and they're isolated from the rest of society so they have no one coming to save them basically. So it's like that type of stuff like it's it's so cool and easy to do. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but it's you're able to do those styles of movies on a smaller budget because you can like literally just have a small crew and film it in a couple couple different scenes. You don't have to have like these wild, amazing, crazy sets and everything. It's like you can film it in like someone's house or someone, film it in like a smaller set. So like that I love about those kind of movies is you can get really creative without having to balloon up your budget. You just like figure out ways to like tell the story in a small setting, and like your limitations almost become part of like what makes the movie good, because it's like you have to get creative with everything, you know what I
Yeah, you don't always have to go over the top, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I said I like independent stuff, and I like the older movies as well. There's just, like, Cujo and all that stuff, which I actually just got to you know who Dee Wallace is? She's the one that
Uh,
plays in the E.T. mom.
oh, yeah, yeah.
So, I got to be an extra, um, it was a couple months back, got to be I played, like, the local town's chief. There we go again,
Hey.
another cop role, and, I got to, stand beside her at the funeral.
Oh, wow,
A
cool.
very sweet person, but I was like, "Oh my," it was cool being on set with, a horror legend because she's known for Cujo and all that stuff,
Yeah, that's
and,
awesome.
so it was cool being able to that's another thing I love about it, just being able to get to meet people that you've seen, like, it just shows you that the more and more you work with people that are up there, just it's not it's doable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They're humans
they're
too.
yeah, they're the same as you, that's why I was like, I hate when people, like I just telling you, I hate when people say it's not realistic, I'm like, how? It's like they're the same as you. They bleed. They're just like us. What do you think? They're just aliens that come down like this is what
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like they're just like us. They just pursued their dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They wanted it and they went and went after it, you know?
Yep.
Sometimes that's like almost more important than having the talent, is just like having the drive to go after it. You know what I
The
mean?
hunger.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
hunger.
hunger.
Yeah. Like even in my business, like I feel like you could be the best videographer out there, but if you're not hungry for it, you're not gonna make it. And also, like, you really have to learn the business side of it. I don't know if it's like that with acting, probably, I would think, um, especially if you get into, like, where you're also becoming a producer. Because I know a lot of actors, they start out as actors and then they get into the producing side. They're still actors too, but they're also producing, and, like, that the business side of it is, like, so important. That's why I started off this podcast asking you about the business side of it, and I know you're not like quite there with knowing where all the money comes from and all that stuff. But
Luckily, I have a good friend who I known for a couple years. That is, he lives in LA. He's pretty big producer, and his name's Jason Bernard. And he's always calls me. He makes sure to give me like, don't do this. People will take advantage of you. Don't always work for free because people are just gonna keep using you for free. And I just had him look over a contract someone sent me for an upcoming role. And he's like, no, don't do that. So it's good having someone in the business too to help you.
yeah,
And I appreciate him a lot because he's busy right now. He's filming. He's got a lot of things going on right now that he's filming, and he takes his time out of his day to call me and give me advice, and I really appreciate that.
yeah,
Um,
that networking, man, that's everything in this
yeah,
business.
and it's like I'm not a guy that's gonna act like he knows everything. I love advice, so it's like I'm not gonna. A lot of people hate that. A lot of people they know it all, and not me. It's like even if I know it, I'll sit there and listen to you because I want your advice. I want to learn. You know what I mean? So if it's something I know, I'm not gonna interrupt with like, oh, I know. It's like I love all the advice I can get, and I think by connecting with people and I think supporting each other, that's how you'll get there as well.
Yeah,
Like if I make it, my team's making it, you know what I mean? And I'd hope for the same.
yeah. I feel like that was something that I early in my career, not only did I not network, I also didn't really seek out advice from people. I didn't like when I started shooting weddings, for instance, I didn't go like film as a second videographer, like under some, no one took me under their wing and like showed me the ropes. I was just like, no, I'm gonna figure this out myself. And I was so stubborn about that. Like I know what I'm doing. I went to school for this. I could figure it out. I was like, I had like a almost a chip on my shoulder, like something to prove or whatever. And I should have just like literally just went around asking for advice from as many people as I could and like actually genuinely listen to them. And once I started doing that, once I started like networking more and asking more advice, like my career finally took off. But it took a long time just because I was so damn stubborn about it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I could be thankful, like, I've never been like that. I was like, I've, I love much advice I can get, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything about the acting world, you know? So I let people tell me, like, "Don't do this," like I said, even if I know it, I just let it do it because I've noticed the more and more you let people give you advice, the more you learn, you know what I mean? Like, "Oh, I did not know that." Even if you, like, thought you knew something, they tell you like, "Well, I didn't know that actually. This is a different way to look at it." You know what I mean?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Who's, um who's your biggest inspiration when it comes to acting?
Steve Burton.
Seabird?
That's it. He's always gonna be like I said, since I was a kid, Steve Burton will always be number 1 of my yeah. Yeah, he's number 1. He's always been, like, someone I watched since I was a kid.
That's awesome that you know him, like, you get to talk.
Well, like, that's what I said. It's like, not everyone gets to talk to someone that they, like, look up to, you know what I mean? And, but yeah, he's always since I was a kid, man, Steve Burton was like, "I wanna be like Steve Burton," you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But no, I never outgrew Steve Burton.
yeah, nice.
I'm sure he gets annoyed with me when I text him like, "Hey, check this out," and he's a nice guy, so he'll like it and stuff and all that stuff, but probably in his little in his head, he's like, "This dude, man,
Yeah.
like, leave me alone," you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes, like, for me personally, if anybody asks me anything about, like, video or how to get into it, like, I will go out of my way to help them. For some reason, I just, like, really enjoy, like, teaching and, like, showing others, like, what I know. Um like, I all the time, I will have people reach out to me, "Hey, I'm up and coming videographer. I wanna, like, get into this business. Do you have time to, like, talk to me?" I'll do a Zoom call with them, and we end up talking for 3 hours. I'm just talking their ear off, telling them everything I know, and then they're like, "Hey, I gotta go. Like, I got other things to do."
When you talk about your passion,
Yeah.
you could talk for hours, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I won't shut up when it comes to, like, acting and the movie world. I'll sit and talk all day, that's the problem,
Yeah.
and, if you're ever bored, man, you can always call me. I'll talk to you for hours. If you wanna just talk about product, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm not like them. I'm like, "It's so cool." You'll be the one like, "Alright, man, I gotta go."
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't get me talking about cameras and camera tech because 'cause I'm like a tech nerd, like, that's why I'm so into, like, live streaming and stuff like that. I just really enjoy, like, the sort of, taking different parts and putting them together and making them work, like, when it comes to, like, that monstrosity that over there. You guys can't see it, but, we have 3 cameras on 1 tripod on wheels, and it's got the camera switcher and a router and all kinds of crazy stuff, wireless mics. These mics are wireless, and it's automatically switching like that. That's like the epitome of tech nerddom to me is like live streaming because it brings my camera, my love of cameras with my like sort of IT background and just love of computers because like from when I was a kid, I always used to like take apart every single electronic I ever had just to like see how it works and put it all back together. And somehow I could still make it work.
And
Eh,
I'm kinda jealous of that though, because I would love to know how to do, like, camera work and all that's, like, the stuff you do, I would love I wish I would but I'm so ignorant when it comes to it because I don't know nothing about it. And I don't know if you know what I mean, you might be the same way, but, like, you ever just have ideas, like, you just can't stop thinking about, like, late at night, you have, for me,
uh,
it'd be like a scene will pop in my head, like, this would be a good scene to shoot and, like or a little short film, and, I can't stop thinking about, like, ideas.
yeah,
So, it'd be like, for me, I would love to just shoot stuff, like, shoot little clips and post on YouTube, but like I said, I don't know how to do all that stuff, but if I did, I'd have, like, 1,000 projects out
yeah,
there because I have so many ideas, and it's kinda, like freaks me out sometimes because, like, I want my brain to shut off, but it doesn't,
hmm,
and it's like some days they keep me up, like, I'll just start writing ideas down, and I know Lamar, like, I know he's annoyed with me sometimes because 'cause I'll text him like, "This." He go, "Okay, let's work on this project, and we'll work on this." But, he's like, "I appreciate the dedication," but I know in his head, he's like, "This dude, man,
Yeah.
he's on it, man."
Yeah. Man, when I was younger, I would write down ideas all the time. I probably have like ideas for movies because I did kind of want to get into movies when I was younger. And I would still love it now. It's just the money thing is kind of why I'm not in it into the movie stuff. Like if somebody offered me the same amount of money as what I get paid for marketing stuff, if they offered that to film a movie, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If anybody wants me to film a movie for them, if you get a budget, let me know. But
I'm not even gonna say if.
win,
When.
yeah.
When I make it, don't I got you, man.
Yeah, but dude, here's what I used to do all the time. Like when I was younger, like I would have these, and I still do it from time to time. I have dreams that are like every night. My dreams are like a movie. Every single night, every dream, and I'll have a bunch of them every night, but I don't always remember them. But every dream I have is like an action movie. It's always an action movie. Every single one of them. It's like these crazy adventures, and so like I used to write them down like, I will wake up at 4 in the morning and just hop on the computer, and I would type away as much as I could possibly remember before it, fades into obscurity. And, I probably have, like, 100 scripts like that where it's just stuff that I had a dream and it was just, like, such a cool dream that I'm like, "Man, if I could film this, I would love to," but it would always be, like, a super high budget film if
And you
I
remembered them?
Yeah, yeah, like,
See
I
see
mean, even to this day, I still remember them. I just don't write them down as much as I used
see,
to.
it's the opposite for me. It's like I have so many cool, like I'm not even a songwriter and I don't sing or anything. But in my dream, I sang the most beautiful song, bro. It was so good. And I remember like thinking to myself, like, this is a great song. The lyrics, the music. I woke up, I didn't remember nothing about that song or even how it went, but I just know, like, man, if I would have remembered that, I could have sold that song.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be rich just off that song.
Yeah, I mean, my dreams aren't always, like, amazing action movies, but man, when they are, like, I get so amped up, I have to write them down, like but my dream last night that I can remember is I was I was in a building, um, and I had to deliver something really quickly because where I parked, I was gonna get, like, a parking ticket, and the whole dream was me trying like, I made the delivery, and I was trying to find my car, and I couldn't remember where I parked, and I kept hitting the button, and I could hear it, but I couldn't find it. I would get to where I thought it was, and it wasn't there, and then someone would come up and be like, "Hey, man, you can't park there," and I'm like, "Park where?" They're like, "We know where you parked," and I but I couldn't find it. I'm like, "Tell me, I don't know where I
That's
parked."
not a dream. That's anytime you go to Chicago.
Yeah, 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 right. So that one was like a weird one, but man, I've had these crazy dreams where it's like I'm on this train, like shooting at people, and like we have to like make it to the front of the train, and like I don't know, just weird things like that. But
You know what? What you need to do is next time you have an awesome dream, you pitch it to me, we make a movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of them they tend to be just like stuff that I would never have the budget to film. So it's like it's tough to maybe AI will fix that.
Yeah, you can start doing AI movies, and then what you feared the most is what's gonna make you the richest.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we can just film everything on a green screen and let AI fill in the
Our
blanks.
our interviews would be AI too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, shit. That's the scary thing is I can see a point where um basically you'll do a Zoom call and then it'll just recreate all of the cameras in post. I think Zuckerberg, the Meta AI goggles or whatever, they did that already, but it was like still looked like CGI, like you could tell. But it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna look as good or better than this, and it'll be where you can, like, cycle through, like, "I don't like this look, I don't like this look," just cycle through different looks. It's like, "Oh, there, I like that look," and it was all just from a Zoom call, but it just recreates all the camera angles in post. So, I mean, that's probably ultimately I don't know if it's gonna put me out of business, but it's gonna be something where I'm gonna have to pivot again. Just like during the pandemic, I had to pivot into live streaming, to save the business.
Yeah.
And that was a stroke of luck because I had been live streaming video games since 2015. So I was like already way ahead of the curve when it came to live streaming. Like other people are trying to figure it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can live stream your event. I know how to do this. And I pre-ordered the A10 Mini when it came out, the very first one. So I had like the gear, and that came out in 2019. So I had the gear before the pandemic. And like I was just like ready to go with it, and I that's what saved the business.
What do you think about those Tesla robots? Do you think those will take over actual jobs as well?
Yeah, they're terrifying.
Yeah, like I was watching videos and it was just like really crazy the stuff they can do.
Yeah.
Like they're actually, it's like
I really believe that I don't even like talking about it because I think AI is going to take every job. I think because people for a long time were like, well, okay, maybe it's just going to make our lives easier, and then they're like, oh, wait, they're doing the creative work too. We didn't want them to do the creative work. So what do we have what do we have left now? I mean, at least we still got our white collar jobs, right? Oh no, it can do our white collar jobs too. It can do coding. It can do, all it's even getting it's getting into every
so,
business.
but are we still gonna get the money if the robot goes to our jobs? Do we still
Well,
get
and
paid?
then that was the last thing is like, okay, well, blue collar jobs are still safe, right? Well, not with these robots. If these robots get good enough, they can do your, welding and do your um plumbing and HVAC and all that stuff. Like if it can do all that, I don't know, man. Who's gonna be the person that makes the money is whoever owns those
Do
robots.
you ever think that movie like was it with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Was it I Robot?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe that was like a hidden message.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's how it was. Even the cops were, I believe, robots, weren't
Yeah, everything is yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but yeah, like everything was robots. And that's I mean, we are already seeing like robot security guards. I just saw Walmart has a robot security thing going around. And like you're you're gonna start seeing like more and more jobs just being robots everywhere. And I think it'll get to the point where everybody will have a personal assistant robot in their home that just like takes care of the home, does all the dishes and laundry and cooking and e- probably all the nursing type stuff. Like you won't have to go to a nursing home because you'll have a robot at your house to help you. So it's like it's gonna be good and bad at the same time. We're gonna have to
in a
figure out.
perfect world, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
But we know as
yeah. It's
living
like
in this
it.
world,
The
things go
the
wrong.
problem is like technology has always disrupted jobs and always like you get new. You have to adapt and figure out new types of jobs. Like my mom still to this day complains that her job at the steel mill was taken by a robot, or by computers, I guess. That's what she says. The computers, they took my job. But it's like, yeah, but it opened up jobs for like my dad was a computer programmer at the steel mill. So he kind of like he actually I think eliminated my mom's job because of the way that like, the computers eliminated like having to push the button or whatever. Um
Are they
so
still together?
yeah, no, they're
So at
still
least
yeah, they just celebrated like thir 36 years of marriage like this week.
you should
So
always rub that in her face. I'm like, nah, this
no, but yeah, so it's like yeah, you always have to shift with technology. It's like technology comes, some jobs go away, new jobs pop up, but I think the problem we're running into right now is it's such a quick shift that nobody knows what to do in the meantime. Like people, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know.
yeah, it really is. It's gonna be like I'm the same ways. It's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I guess we
It,
just got to sit. We have no choice but to sit
yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and
And
watch.
and try and like literally just be ready to pivot on the drop of a dime, like ready to change up what you're doing, change your strategy. Like that's how I see it is like use the AI to your advantage as much as possible and like try to roll with the punches, I guess. you know. Uh, So, yeah. Well, that was depressing to talk about.
What did this interview turn into?
Yeah. I feel like every podcast starts
This should be
talking about
labeled
things.
conspiracy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this is our it's a conspiracy podcast. How about that'd be fun?
Yeah.
People
Well,
would watch that. Honestly.
true. Yeah.
You know how many
You-
people are
Yeah,
believe in that stuff.
yeah, if you do conspiracy podcasts, you might get banned, who knows, off of YouTube, but, uh, yeah, with the filmmaking business, I'm hopeful. I think that it'll keep going and, hopefully it'll just, like, become, more accessible to more people and get more people into it, hopefully. 'Cause at the end of the day, I still think that actors are important because of the humanness, like, you can't fake human like, you know what I mean? You can't, like, fake the authenticity of a human, I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you can't be inspired by AI. You know what I mean? Like people are inspired by actors and people that they watch, like you can't be like if it's AI, it's not really I
Yeah.
know it's just I don't think the industry will have to worry about that. I do think they'll use it for like, like special effects and all that stuff. Maybe if
Yeah,
his
some of the jobs for sure are going away, but
yeah, I 100% agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, but
Um
hopefully more jobs open up and hopefully we don't have to
Listen, if we
just
get paid and that they do everything. I mean, I'm not
yeah, yeah. See, the only issue I see is like, the power the AI access to AI getting concentrated at the top, like, that's where we're gonna see, like, not good if that happens, so
what
hopefully
if someone like AI frames you somebody, you know what I mean? That's kind of scary too. If you think about like AI can make things look so real and if they put you in something and
movie idea.
yeah,
AI
that is good. A good movie, yeah.
AI frames someone. Yeah, wait, didn't they kind of, have a movie what was that? Was it Inception where or no, wait, what was the movie where they were like, Minority Report, where they were going after people for future crimes that they haven't committed yet
I haven't seen
because
that one. I should check that
oh,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I think, like, the computer would predict that, "Oh, this person's gonna commit this crime at 5 PM on Tuesday, they're gonna rob the bank," and so they would go arrest them before they even committed the crime, and it was, like, sort of a moral conundrum, like, were they gonna if you hadn't arrested them, would they have actually committed the crime? Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
So
That
you're gonna do this 3 years from now. So you're under arrest. You're going to prison for life. What? Can't I just change my mind?
Yeah. Well, how long would be we've been filming oh, shit. Well, that's good, I just spilled my drink.
I know. I haven't even took a sip. Yeah, I took a sip of this.
Yes, we are human, and we are filming this uncut. So you guys know, at home, I, just spilled my energy drink, and we're gonna keep it in the podcast because I want this authentic. Let's see AI keep this in the podcast.
Yeah, who spills a drink with AI? You know what I mean? And AI would have floated perfectly back up. It's okay. In one of the shots, I was trying to wipe my forehead with
Oh,
the
yeah.
paper towel
Yeah, yeah.
because it was pointing at you. So I was like, okay, I have time. And then right when I did this, it pointed at me. I'm just like,
Yeah. It'll point at you whenever you talk, so just be really quiet for a while, and as long as I'm talking, then you can wipe your forehead.
whatever, just keep it. I sweat. Get over it.
Yeah. Um, when you come that's just something I should ask. When it comes to these lower budget films, do you do any makeup or anything like that? Do you bother with it? It doesn't matter? I don't know.
Usually when it comes to like the low budget, all the actors they do their own hair. Like if it's a girl, she'll do her own hair and makeup. But if it's um, like if someone's got a bleed or something, like say your face is messed up, we'll beat you until you. I'm playing. Yeah. Um, just make it like
Gotta make it real.
yeah, make it. You got to make it believable. So we'll just punch you in the face and
Yeah.
say bleed. No, but if it ever comes to that, then obviously you would find a makeup artist. But as far as like just looking normal, you do it yourself, especially if it's low budget.
Yeah.
But the way things been going though, I don't think I'll have to worry. I'll do it for credit.
Yeah.
I've been reaching out, so I'm like,
Oh, nice.
I know. It's just I'm thankful for that. I mean,
That's cool.
keep coming.
Yeah.
Like I said, the poster. I was thinking about getting a poster and paying for it, but someone reached out, so it's like,
Nice.
hey, I'll do it for credit and send me like a demo, and I'm
Hey,
just like,
so,
cool.
that's something we should talk about. Have you found that, like, there's a good community and a lot of people just eager to work in this business, like, eager to do things, even on low budgets?
Yeah, I added like a bunch of people because I'm trying to like connect with as much people as I can and support what they're doing. And I just noticed everyone just like gets along and they want they care more about just doing it just for their passion, and they just want the credit, you know what I mean? They don't care about, obviously money's a plus, but they're not like that's like their last
Yeah.
request is the money. They're like, "All right, I'll do this for IMDb credit, or I'll do this for credit, or can you just put me in the credits of the film?" Everyone's just so hungry and eager to help each other out,
Yeah. I
and
maybe this business will like maybe AI won't destroy it. Well, maybe
even if
it
it does though, independent world is not going anywhere.
yeah.
Everyone's gonna keep doing it. Like, me personally, like, I love independent stuff. I mean, a lot of people watch independent stuff and low budget stuff. No one's gonna do AI in low budget, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
sure they'll eventually charge for AI,
right,
you know?
yeah. I mean, they already are, like, you to access, like, Google VO3 or whatever, it's like $100 a month or something, so, like, I honestly, at the end of the day, I think people are in it because they're passionate about, like, the filmmaking process, so, like, yeah, I think the low budget stuff will be actually some of the stuff that doesn't get eliminated by AI just because people love it so much that they're not, like, really, um, just trying to make money off of it, and it's like, at the end of the day, why would you, like, use AI other than to basically save money, you know? So it's like, if you take the money aspect out of it, it's like people wanna do this because they're passionate about doing it, not because they wanna, you know, it I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. And I would do all this for free. I don't care because I love it so much. But since my wife is letting me pursue it,
Yeah.
I gotta start you doing it for money. You know what I mean? Because if I keep doing it for free, she'll be like, okay, well, I gotta start
Certain
helping out.
yeah.
So if that's what I love about also like backstage. And I don't know if you've ever heard that, but it's like there's so many independent acting jobs pay. I mean, there's so much stuff on backstage that people pay like thousands, 5,000. There's jobs out there that pay, and that's what I got to start doing. I mean, like I said, I was getting yelled at by my to about with Jason, my buddy, and LA's like, you got to stop doing stuff for free. You got to do it for money,
Yeah.
because people will use you. If they see that you can get an actor for free, they're not gonna, they'll just,
Yeah.
oh, and me, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm beating, credit,
Yeah, yeah.
all I care about is being part of the project. But since I'm being, I'm given this chance for my wife, I got to start making the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so definitely got to start taking that part serious. Where I'm gonna start doing it for money and
Yeah.
not. I'm I'm gonna start taking that serious. And like, if someone wants me to do something for free, I'm gonna start being more picky because I've been willing to do it. Now it's like, okay, now I need some money. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
be
get what I'm saying, like I don't,
strategic with what
yeah,
you're going for.
because I have
Yeah.
to make sure I pursue this, but also able to take care of my family. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Because at the end of the day, I still got a wife and kids to feed, and they come first over any passion.
Yeah.
So I got to start being strict when it comes to that.
Yeah, for
But,
sure. Well,
but it's hard, like when you love something, like you'll do it.
yeah.
But like I said, I gotta
Yeah.
nope, you gotta start taking it serious.
Yeah. Like I said, you gotta get deep into the business side of it because that's like where I personally had to get better at, and I at one point I I had my website going to like there's a contact form on my website, and this is another reason why I almost went on a piss because when the pandemic hit, I had redone my website in an attempt to get more business, and I screwed up where the contact form was going. It was going to an email that didn't exist. And so I like a year later, like in 2021, when I was like giving up on the business, like, why is nothing coming in? I checked it again and I was like, oh my God, I have all these inquiries of stuff that was going to an email that didn't exist. I just hadn't like logged into Wix because that's where I build my websites is on Wix. I hadn't logged into there to see the back end of what people were sending. And so like I literally missed out on a bunch of gigs because I was just dumb about
Does it cost to make a website? Because I was trying to figure that out, and I cannot make a website for.
oh,
'Cause I want to make like an acting portfolio, like a website, and I can't figure it out at all.
yeah, so you can on Wix, you can make a free website, but it'll be like wix.com slash whatever you call it. You know, it'll be like the Wix site. I think that's what it says, wixsite.wix.com lakeshore.com/whatever. So if you want your custom domain, you have to pay for it. And then like to do a lot of the features, you have to pay for it. But if you just need a basic landing page, it's free. Um, if you don't care about like what it says. But I think I pay like I have the basic plan or like whatever, yeah, normal standard plan, and it's like maybe $125 a year or something that I pay, and that's for like Wix to host it and everything. You have to pay for your domain too, which is like maybe $10 a year, something like that, just to have like lakeshorevideo.com, just to own that domain. And then Wix for them to host it and to use their site builder and to like use all their tools and stuff. That's like the 125 a year or whatever. So it's not terrible. I usually just buy it like 2 years at a time. So it's like 250 or something. But I had a couple websites at one point. I had George Niksch Photography, which was like weddings, and then I had Lakeshore Video, which was corporate. And this year I was like, man, why am I paying? I'm double paying for this stuff. And it was just getting really confusing going from George Niksch Photography at gmail.com over to George at lakeshorevideo.com. And sometimes the wedding clients would email the Lakeshore Video one and like vice versa. And like I was just getting confused where everything was. So I was like, I'm consolidating it all into Lakeshore Video. If you want to talk to me, like talk to me through Lakeshore Video. So I got rid of all the photography pages and stuff. And I recently actually deleted all of my personal social medias because I've I found myself doom scrolling, so I wanted to delete it off my phone. And then I was like, why do I even have these personal things where I'm just like posting pictures of my dog and stuff? Like, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't need to be sharing all this stuff online. Like I wanted to get strictly business with it because I felt like I was wasting too much time doing mm, stuff that didn't matter to me on online. Like and like the doom scrolling became a real problem. Like I was getting notifications that I was averaging 8 hours a day on my phone, and I'm like, oh man, that is a lot. I mean, I use my phone for business too, so it's like I'm still like averaging maybe 4 hours a day on my phone. But it was like, okay, I need to get this under control. So I deleted Facebook and Instagram off my phone. So if anybody wants to contact me, I only go on Facebook on the desktop, and I deleted all of my personal pictures off of all social medias. It's strictly business when it comes to social media for me because I just feel like I got to maximize my time there, maximize my time online in general, and like not be for me, it's like I don't want to be a consumer of media. I want to be a creator of media. And that's I put it I put it that way to my friend a couple of years ago when my business picked back up because I was working in 2022. I worked from the time I woke up till the time I went to sleep every single day the entire year because I was so scared that I was going to lose the business in 2021 that once it picked up, I every job someone offered me, I took it regardless of the pay. I was just like, I'm going to do it. And so I literally worked 24/7 for the entire year, and my buddy was like, "Why?" He was like sending me like videos that were just like goofy videos and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this stuff. And I just said this as an offhand comment because I was too busy. But I was like, dude, like I get it, like you're a consumer of media, but I'm a creator. Like I don't have time to be consuming this stuff. He's like, ouch, you just called me like a consumer and you're a creator. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't mean it in a mean way, but it came across mean. And but then when I started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I really don't want to be a consumer because a lot of what you consume online these days is just bullshit. Like, really.
I know it's like off, but like my family gets mad at me about Facebook and stuff and Instagram. It's because like they'll tag me and stuff. I'm just like I delete it because I deleted social media because I don't want it no more. But it was like now that I'm trying to pursue this, I gotta have it because it's very important to have social media.
Yeah.
So I just use social media now for acting. That's it. So a lot of my family like to post me in tags and "Look, check this out." And I'm like, I deleted it. And they're like, why'd you delete it? I'm like, they don't understand. It's like it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook. Ignore it. It's
Yeah.
just for my promoting. That's it. Like that's all I'm using social media for now because I did have some like before I did that, it's very addicting.
Yeah.
You start focusing on like posting pictures of your family and giving the world all the fun stuff you do, and it's like you start focusing too much on social media. But it's like now I just turned it to acting, and it's like that's
Yeah.
all I'm using it for. It's like it's nothing personal.
I like that. And it's also like I I mean, I don't have a family and stuff, but I if I did, I would almost feel weird like putting it all out there, like my whole family's life and stuff. Like it when I see that stuff, sometimes I'm like, you're sharing a little too much with the world. You know, there is a certain you need a certain level of privacy at the end of the day. And but yeah, like I think that social media is a great tool for business. Like it's awesome for that. And like that's the only reason why I have a Facebook and Instagram is because I need it for business because like I go in all the little groups and stuff
It
and
works.
it does.
So why do you think I'm sitting here? Because I
Yeah,
found you. You know
you
what I
found me.
mean?
Yeah.
I looked up like, hey, and then I
You
reached out to you.
did you find me on Facebook or you found me on Google or
Google. I
okay.
looked up. I'm like, who gives interviews?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need something under my belt. Like someone I could talk to, help promote. Because until you make it, you ain't gonna get interviews.
Yeah.
When you're starting from the bottom, you got to reach out.
Yeah.
And you were the first person that popped up, and I reached. And thank God you got right back to me. I was like,
Yeah.
sweet. I was so
Yeah.
excited.
Whenever someone asks to be on my podcast, I'd always bring them on just because it's fun for me to meet new people. Like I said, I'm an introvert, so it's hard for me to like even meet people in general. So it's like when someone wants to come on and they're passionate about it and they're like excited, like you were so excited to come on this podcast. I was like, I have to let this guy come on because he's excited. But also,
Well, do you blame me? Look at your setup. How cool is this? I'm
yeah. Well,
talented.
I don't have a good following though. I mean I don't know how many views this will get. Like it'll get the views will depend on how often or it'll depend on your following because I don't have a following. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'll get a lot of views if you share it and you have like people who want to see you, but I don't really have a lot of people who want to see my
That's
podcast.
gonna change. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's gonna
maybe.
change.
Hopefully, yeah. I but I like that you are an actor and it's kind of on topic with what I do because like some of the podcasts I've done, it's like people that I have a hard time relating to because it's like they do something that's like nothing to do with what I do. Like, um, I I won't be specific about any of them, but like I if it's something that's like um not pertaining to my business, I don't even really get clips out of it. You know, this one I'll probably get a few clips that I can use. Hopefully, I let the AI choose the clips. I don't have time to really go through a 2 hour, 3 hour. I don't know how long we've been filming, but I'm sure
Well,
over.
I'm sure I'll get a copy of
Yeah,
this.
and
If
you
I
and
find
it's
some good clips,
yeah,
I'll send to you.
yeah, and you're welcome to grab any clips you want, post wherever you want, do all that stuff because I I will use AI to grab some clips and I'll send you that and like and I do this for everybody on the podcast. I use Opus Clip. I just happened to for some reason they gave me a bunch of credits for free and I don't know why, but so I just use that to uh clip a bunch of it does like maybe 20 clips or sometimes 30 clips, and some of them are good, some of them are not good. That's why I'm like, I don't know, AI is not quite there. You know,
Yeah.
it's getting better, but um, yeah, and like the clips get a lot of views actually. Like when I post them on YouTube in particular, some of the clips will get a couple thousand views. Um, but I'm like I really got to get better at social media, like posting and stuff, or not better, but just more passionate about posting because it's like I know how to get views and stuff, but it's so time consuming. I don't like doing it.
I hate looking at my views.
Yeah.
It's so just because I'll get like 1,000 something views, or I'll get like right off the bat like 600 views, 10 likes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so you're seeing this, but no one's liking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's discouraging. It's like, look at these 1,000 views, 20
Yeah.
likes.
Yeah. I like on YouTube, I have a YouTube channel about like filmmaking gear kind of. Just I talk about my gear sometimes and like when I make the videos, they get thousands of views. I got one with like 21,000 views, another with like 16,000 views. But it's like they're so time consuming to make, and I just don't enjoy it. I do not enjoy editing.
Mm.
Well, I don't enjoy generally, I don't enjoy editing at all. That's why I really love podcasts, because I don't really have to do a ton of editing other than like, just grabbing, whatever. I don't mind doing the type of editing where the client's like, hey, can you put this slide in here and do this and do these little things? Like I don't mind that kind of editing. But when I have to like edit down an event down into a highlight edit, I don't enjoy that. It's just not that fun to me. I wish I didn't have to do those kind of edits. But it's like they pay well, so I'm gonna do it.
Hey, I'm glad that my very first podcast was with you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you made it awesome. I appreciate it.
Cool. Well, hey, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and maybe we should just, end it there.
Yeah. No.
Where can people find your work, and, like, what's sort of your schedule for releasing, the
So
movies and stuff?
if you obviously go on Facebook under Mike A Nardi, um, so they could find all my projects there. Uh, the last match is gonna be released July 31st, and the Lost Trail, I believe, is gonna be released within a couple weeks. The Slab is gonna be shot in November, so I have no idea when that's gonna be released, but which I'm excited because that's gonna be my first time going to a premiere. Because this is an actual feature film, so I'll be able to go to an actual premiere and see myself on the big screen, which is gonna be a huge deal for me. I'm excited for that.
Nice.
And then I'm playing a jerk off cop, so be able to see playing a jerk off. That's not me, so I get to play someone I'm not, which I'm excited for. So, but yeah, they can go there to see all my stuff on my Facebook. That's where I'm gonna keep everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Mike A Nardi on Facebook. You guys go check it out, and, maybe we'll see if we can get him a website going.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
And hey, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. Hey,
So
well, thanks for coming on the show. Honestly, I had a great time, and I can't wait to see your work.
thank you.
Take care, guys.